A nearly 3-hour meeting between the president and Egypt's prime minister. Outcome uncertain. The Shell Oil Company announces a 25% cut in gasoline deliveries to its dealers.
From ABC, this is World News Tonight, with Max Robinson in Chicago, Peter Jennings in London, who is off tonight, Barbara Walters' special reports. Tonight, a comment from Howard K. Smith, and from our desk in Washington, Frank Reynolds.
Good evening. One day after President Carter said he was discouraged and disappointed by the stalemate in the Middle East peace talks, there have been two possibly favorable developments. First, after receiving a message from Anwar Sadat, Menachem Begin was quoted today as saying Israel is now ready to resume direct negotiations with Egypt. And after a nearly 3-hour meeting this afternoon between the President, Secretary of State Vance, and Egypt's Prime Minister Khalil, Vance and Khalil seemed optimistic, if not enthusiastic, about the prospects for progress. Here's a report from White House correspondent Sam Donaldson.
Egyptian Prime Minister Mustafa Khalil delivered to President Carter President Sadat's response to the latest American plan for solving the problem of Middle East peace linkage, a response widely reported to be an acceptance in principle of the American proposal. But since Israel has not fully accepted that proposal, this Egyptian move does not end the dispute. Only resume negotiations among the parties can do that. After an unusually lengthy meeting of almost 3 hours with the President, Secretary of State Vance and Prime Minister Khalil suggested things are looking up without quite saying it.
The President expressed his strong view that further negotiations are essential, and this view is shared by the Prime Minister. It was emphasized that the negotiations will continue in fulfillment of the accords reached at Camp David.
We are sure that the United States government is determined to stand as a full partner in pushing the negotiations to a kind of a happy ending.
Mr. Secretary, we don't read this as sort of an encouragement. I mean, yesterday the President said he was somewhat discouraged. If he were here today, would he have changed that assessment?
I think he would say that this was a useful discussion, would not want to characterize it any further than that at this point.
It would appear that Egypt and Israel are now going to resume negotiations, even though no date has been set. And U.S. officials believe that one more round of give and take should wrap it up. But there have been so many ups and downs over the past 2 months that no one here is willing tonight to even come close to saying that peace is at hand. Sam Donaldson, ABC News, the White House.
The President has received another communication from the Middle East. Republican Congressman Paul Findley of Illinois has delivered a message from Yasser Arafat, the leader of the PLO. Findley today urged the administration to begin talking to Arafat because he said the Palestinian leader has made a major concession by agreeing to renounce war and all violent means to enlarge the territory of an independent Palestinian state. According to Findley, Arafat told him that new state should comprise the West Bank of the Jordan and the Gaza Strip. Heavy gunfire was heard tonight in Tehran as thousands of people defied a government curfew. The new demonstrations broke out after troops opened fire to disperse anti-Shah protests in 2 other Iranian cities. These renewed demonstrations are apparently linked to a major Muslim holy period beginning tomorrow.
World News Tonight is brought to you by the many fine products of General Foods.
Your coconut cake clobbered mine. What's your secret weapon?
I use Baker's Angel Flake coconut. You don't?
Do you really taste a difference?
Judge for yourself.
Tender, moist, more like fresh coconut than mine.
People who compare it think Baker's tastes fresher than any other national brand. So don't scrimp. For a winner your family will love.